Right, it's time to bring you business, and Sandra Afenu is here in the studio with me. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Israel.
One of the stories you, yeah.
You're looking sharp as always.
Thank you. One
right.
of the stories your headline has to do with the warning by the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Exactly. You know, in the past few weeks, we've been seeing two companies. One is known as the Golden Empire Legacy Limited, and then the other one is the Loom. They've gained popularity on social media, and they operate kind of like the men's gold kind of business.
Model. Okay.
Yes, and so today SEC had a press conference, and the media has been asking them about this company, whether they're legitimate to operate in Ghana, and the answer is no. So we'll be talking about that in
Okay, so you have those responses for us. All right, you take it away.
Hello, good evening. My name is Sandra S. and as always, I'm here for business. So we've been talking about the SEC statement and what they've been saying about these two companies. We'll be bringing you that story later on, but first let's do something from the share butter industry, where Ghana's share industry is to receive a major boost as the Ghana Exports and Imports Bank, Exim Bank, has committed 10 million Ghana cedis towards the processing of shea into cosmetic products under the Samira Empowerment and Humanitarian Project. CEO of the Ghana Exim Bank, Lawrence Ejim said the 5-year long-term investment is to help shore up Ghana's export values of the commodity. There's more in the following report.
1,200 shea collectors in northern Ghana will receive financial aid and safety tools under the Samira Empowerment and Humanitarian Project. 10 million Ghana cedis will be disbursed in the first phase to build the capacity of shea collectors, processors and cosmetic producers in the rural areas. Lawrence Ejim is CEO of the Ghana Exim Bank.
Over the years, our brothers and sisters in the northern region, as we are all aware, has been farming in the shea industry. There's been various interventions by UNDP, by the UN body, in how to be able to provide economic empowerment to the northern region. It is for this reason that we in Exim Bank decided that we will support our women in the northern region with what we called share empowerment.
As of 2017, Ghana earned $70.2 million from the export of shea butter products. Within the agricultural sector, shea nut was the second highest export earner with $34 million in 2015, behind cashew nut. Experts, however, believe that more can be done to boost exports of the commodity. Managing Director of Global Shea Alliance, Aaron Edu, spoke to Joy Business on the need to ensure value for money.
To ensure value for money for this project, we think that it will be more, it will be more beneficial to empower more women to do more collection. It comes in 3-4 months in a year, and so when collection is not increased, when we don't have enough of the kernels, then they will not be able to process the whole year. You have a 5 ton per day plant, and then if you don't stock enough kernels, so I think that a lot of effort should go into supporting the women to collect and store, and then we'll be able to have the processing done throughout the year.
Shea products are the second non-traditional food crop in Ghana, with over 300,000 farmers benefiting from the entire food chain. The shea nut industry offers employment for many individuals in northern Ghana, particularly women in rural communities who are involved in all of its value chain processes.
Policymakers in the real estate industry have been urged to monitor and regulate the construction of buildings to meet environmentally friendly standards. Speaking to Joy Business ahead of the Green Building Summit, founder of the summit, Cyril Tete, explained the move will help save the nation through energy conservation.
According to the World Green Building Council, a green building is a building that in its design, construction or operation reduces negative impact and can create a positive impact on climate and the natural environment. Experts say green buildings preserve natural resources as well as improve quality of life. Although the concept is popular in parts of Europe, it is yet to catch up in developing countries like Ghana. It is for this reason that the Ghana Green Building Summit was designed to create awareness on the need and importance of going green in the housing sector. Seroni Aite Tete is founder of the summit.
Whilst we grow, whilst we want to put up all these fancy skyscrapers all over town, we need to steer them in the proper direction so that they are green and they have less impact on the environment. And you create that virtuous cycle where these buildings are sustainable, and then you'd also have your cities, because there's another portion of the summit that I've not mentioned, or a particular section which will have a discussion on creation of sustainable cities. A few days or weeks ago, we witnessed the whole of Accra almost flooded. It's all because of the way we have engineered the city.
Speaking on ways to make green homes affordable, architect and chief operating officer of Axena's company, Agnes Ofoswapia, explained that commercialization of some environmentally friendly materials will be helpful.
So on the market, there's not a lot of variety. Concrete is sustainable, but that's pretty much the most easy to get around here. Things like wood, stone, which are natural and so will have less negative impact on the environment, are not commercialized, and so we don't have them on a large scale. And so once we are able to get some of these things commercialized, then it becomes easier for everyone to use it.
The second edition of the summit will be held at the Kempinski Hotel on June 13th on the themes alternative material use, green finance, sustainable cities, ratings and certification. Karen Dodo's report for Joy Business.
To other stories now, Acting Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has called on beverage companies to implement an incentive scheme for people who return plastic bottles for recycling. Have the details plus other local business stories coming up in our summaries tonight.
The Acting Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency has called on beverage companies to implement an incentive scheme for people who return plastic bottles to them for recycling as the EPA takes steps to enforce the law on take-back policy. Speaking to Joy Business at a cleanup exercise to mark World Ocean Day, John Pullman said it was time to enforce the take-back policy on plastic products by companies which produce them. The GNA reports that PSC Tema Shipyard Limited, host to one of the largest shipyards and dry docks on the African continent, has bounced back into activity and operation, but needs capital injection of about $250 million for initial full operations. Workers are on site, with some ship engineers attending to ship repairing and servicing as other workers engage in infrastructural and environmental facelift of the yard. The Ghana Standards Authority has closed down a local cable and electronic manufacturing plant and a plastic production factory in Accra, with a call on manufacturers to comply with the country's regulations. Officers from the GSA embarked on a market swoop towards sanitizing the Ghanaian market of inferior and substandard products, which has caused serious damages to consumers.
That's all for business for now, but when I return after 8 p.m., I'll be telling you about that warning coming from the Securities and Exchange Commission on the money market. And of course, we'll also hear from the former Finance Minister, Stay tuned.